great day today. Today is Friday. Happy Friday, we made it, yay! Usually today is our Gather Our Fragment Friday for the weekend, but October I'm doing something different. So this week I'm making some freezer meals. Last week we did the dinner ones and I'm so glad I did. It has made my life so much easier to be able to just go to the freezer, pull something out, and prepare it the rest of the way, or just put it in the oven in its entirety and not have to worry about dinner. So the next step was going to be breakfast meals, because breakfast we've been just kind of having yogurt and some oatmeal cups and, you know, nothing too fancy. And so Madeline's like, what are we gonna have for breakfast tomorrow? So I'm like, you know what, I need to make some breakfast meals. So for this video this month, this is my list here. What I'm gonna make today is gonna be yogurt. I'm gonna make probably a gallon of yogurt, maybe another half depending on how much milk I have. Yogurt cups, the kids like those. Smoothie packs, a bagel egg and bacon sandwich, maybe a bagel egg and sausage sandwich too, because we have a lot of sausage. Breakfast burritos, egg sausage McMuffins, pancake mini muffins, some French toast, egg cups just to have during the week. Those aren't gonna freeze. I'm just gonna keep those in the refrigerator. And then maybe some oatmeal cups, chocolate chip oatmeal cups. I gotta look and see how many I have in my freezer. I might still have some from the last time I baked, so I might not have to. So that's what we're gonna do today. It's gonna be a good day. I'm gonna get my freezers full of some breakfast foods for my family. So you guys ready? All right, let's make some food. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is yogurt, because it takes time to do. Normally, my favorite way to do yogurt is the way that I've been doing it forever, where you boil it on the stove, put it in canning jars, and then put it in coolers and let it incubate for about 3 hours. That's my favorite. I feel like that gets a little bit thicker. I'm not gonna do that much yogurt this month, and so I'm like, I'm just gonna do it in my pressure cooker over there. So this just takes longer. I'm like, why does it take so long? But that's the way it is. So I'm gonna use milk. The best for myself, I like thicker yogurt, so it doesn't get super thick like Greek yogurt, but at least the consistency is thicker than like a fat-free. I like using whole milk. Whole milk makes a fatter, thicker yogurt. If you use less, that's fine. It'll just be a little thinner. If you can use powdered milk, mix that up and make milk that way. We have done that, and then you just mix it with fruit, make smoothies. It's just thinner, that's all. So I'm gonna put in my pot, I have a gallon and a half, 2% milk. Use whatever kind you want, and I have starter. This is my homemade yogurt. I saved some. I was like, ooh, I gotta make sure I save some of that. So all you do is pour it into your pressure cooker here. The one that I have, I looked up their recipe specifically for my Kasori pressure cooker, just to make sure that I have the right little recipe. So I follow it pretty, almost what they say, but a little different. So you just pour your milk in your container, and then you put it on the saute feature, and it will get the milk boiling. It takes it to 180 degrees. So I'll put my candy thermometer on there, watch that, and then you cool it down. So then they say to transfer it to another bowl. I'm not gonna transfer it. You know what, I'm gonna do I'm just pouring my bowl here. I might just have to do 1 1/4 gallons. And that's okay, we'll save our milk. So that's gonna be pretty, that's about 6 quarts, right? That's about, yeah, maybe it's about a quart. Then you let it cool down. Mine was 125. I'll have to look and see what theirs is. And then you can add your starter to it, and then you can pour it into your jars and put it in your refrigerator. It'll last a long time. This yogurt right here was, you could probably go back and see my videos, probably a good 6 weeks ago. So it'll be good. Let me stick it over here and there. Next thing I'm gonna make up is some bagel egg bacon sandwiches with cheese. Super simple. I'm gonna do my eggs in the oven. You can do them in muffin cups, and then put like a piece of ham in there, and crack the egg on top, and then just take it out and put it on the bagel, however you want. My kids don't like it with the yolk. After it's been frozen, they just don't like, they actually don't even like eggs with the yolk. They like it mixed, more scrambled. So I'm gonna mix mine up in a mixing bowl, make it fluffy, yeah. Add a little bit of milk, just a little bit, put it in the oven on a cookie sheet and let it bake, and I'll make a nice square, rectangle square, and then I'll chop it, and then we'll stick it on the bagel with cheese and bacon. Easy. Depending on how thick you want everything, you can do, I think I'll do like 2 eggs a sandwich. So I've got 18, 19, 21, 22. I've got 25, so is that 50 eggs? That's a lot of eggs. Yeah, I'll do 50 eggs, about 2 eggs per sandwich. That way it'll be enough spread out. All right, got my yogurt's ready, so I just put some ice and water in my sink, and I'm just gonna put the pot in there so it cools down to, it says 115 on there, I'm gonna do it to 125, what I normally do. All right, next batch I'm gonna mix up because I'm waiting for those eggs to bake in the oven. I'm gonna get my sausage McMuffins. Basically do the same thing with the eggs. I'm gonna do a little bit less eggs because McMuffins. English muffins, that they're called, are a little bit smaller, so I'm not going to worry about putting, so I'm going to do more like 1 1/4 eggs. So I'll just put a few extra in there, and then, actually, how many is it, 12, 24? I might just do, I have 30 of them, so I'm just going to do 30 eggs. That's all. That'll be fine, and then I have sausage and cheese to put on top. All right, so these are some big sandwiches, definitely a whole lot of egg in there, which is good. I don't mind some having like a little bit more to it, so this will be good for when they're gonna be really hungry and we're gonna need something to sustain them for a while. Some I didn't put cheese on, so Jaden can have them, so I left the onion bagless because I knew the kids were like, onion, yuck, for Jaden. And then all I do when we heat it, we're gonna wrap it in wax paper and put it back in the bag to freeze it, but I'm gonna leave some up for today. Just go to heat it. You can heat it in the microwave, you can heat it in the air fryer. I'm gonna do mine in the air fryer so it gets crispy, so I'm gonna go do that for my breakfast. All right, before I wrap these up, my yogurt is ready over here. So all I'm gonna do is add about a 1/4 cup of yogurt into there, whisk it around, here I'll cook it, sorry. Whisk it around, and I'm just gonna put it back in the pressure cooker over here and then push the yogurt button to let it finish the thing. Okay, here's breakfast sandwich. Delicious, squish it down, it's nice and small. You got really good, yummy breakfast. So let's wrap these up because the English muffins are gonna be done. The eggs for the English muffins are gonna be done.
I saw you from across the room. When our eyes met, I never knew that I could feel this way, and it's kinda strange. Don't even know your name. I've waited all these years for you right here. But how will I ever know if you go? 'Cause I don't know you, but I want to get to know you. Just wanna get to know you. I know you, but I want to.
All right, the next thing I'm gonna make, I'm starting my breakfast sausage over here for my breakfast burritos, but I'm also gonna make some French toast. So I have 2 loaves of Texas toast. This is the thicker. I like French toast thicker. It just means just a little better than thinner. You can use thinner bread too, like regular bread, but this is just a nicer, thicker piece. So I'm gonna crack some eggs in here, add some cinnamon, and probably some almond or coconut milk because I'm gonna use that because it's sweeter, and then cook over here. Okay, French toast is almost done. I've got a few more pieces left. I did pull up some bread from the freezer. Using older bread is usually better for that. It doesn't fall apart as easily. So I usually use coconut oil. It makes it a little bit more crisper, and French toast is crisper. This is just olive oil for ease. That's the only reason I grabbed it. So that's okay. I'm gonna crack eggs now for breakfast burritos. All right, cleaning up my dishes as I go. I've got my eggs cooking for breakfast burritos. I'm like, okay, almost done cracking the eggs. I put the 2 little egg pieces in there that I have for my sandwiches. I just chop it up, it'll be good. It's got bacon and sausage in there. I'm gonna gather up fragments of cheese. These we had from Lauren's wedding, those little tiny ones. So I'm just gonna chop those up, basically put them in there, and then this is cheddar, and when you go to pull it, it always pulls off. When you guys see my finger today, that is not blood. It's a red permanent marker from church last night. So if you see that today, be like, Amy, that's gross. So I'm just gonna kind of break this up in here, and that's gonna be my cheese. For my mixture, put my eggs in here and mix them up and put them on tortillas. All right, cheesy in here where you get melted, good cheese. Like my kids love McDonald's breakfast burritos. I like McDonald's breakfast burritos because they taste good. Everybody does. So the key is like cheesy. Sometimes I add a little container of nacho cheese, like not the nacho, it's cheddar cheese in a can just to make it creamier. This is basically cheddar cheese in a can turned into a cheese slice. So I'm just gonna chop the remainder that I have here and here and then stir that in there and make it kind of melted when the eggs are done. So perfect. You can also add onions, peppers, everything you want. My kids will not eat that in a burrito, so I put what they like. So for your egg mixture, if you need to stretch it even more, add more eggs. There's definitely more meat in this mixture. The cheese will melt here eventually as it's kind of sitting and stirring, but I just did more meaty in this one. I could add more eggs, but I don't want to end up with 5,000 burritos for breakfast because I only need to do like about a month, a little over a month's supply. So this is good. Just gonna keep stirring it here. Use your little potato masher, your meat masher. That kind of breaks it all up. So, all right, let's assemble 10,000. No, I'm gonna guess 25 to 30 breakfast burritos. But your breakfast burritos, what you want to do is flash freeze them. Flash freeze means put them directly into the freezer, let them freeze solid, then put them in a bag. You don't have to if you only have a few, but since I have a lot, there was a lot, but I did fill them up smaller. Like this is obviously a smaller burrito, not so huge, and so I did get more, but some kids will have two, some will have one. But just put them in the freezer, freeze them solid, then I'll take them out later and put them in bags. All right, next to mix up is yogurt cups. So these are fun. You can use homemade yogurt. I'm gonna use store-bought because I didn't want to wait, and I knew I wouldn't have any made before I made it today. So I bought two of these, like $1.50, $3 for these. And then what I'm gonna do is take some heavy whipping cream. I'm gonna whip it. I'm gonna do half of this, whipped just plain with a little bit of powdered sugar. And then I'm gonna add that to the yogurt just to make it lighter and fluffier. If you buy the fluffier whipped yogurt, it's kind of like that, just sweeter and yummier. And then I'm gonna sprinkle granola on it. We're gonna put it in little silicone cup liners and just put it in the freezer, freeze solid. In case you want it, you can take it out, it's a nice little treat. I'm also gonna whip up half of the other half with coffee creamer. All right, somebody told me to do that, so I'm gonna do it with the pumpkin spice and see how that tastes. So if you see two bowls going, that's what they're going for. Okay, I can attest that the creamer in the whipped cream tastes delicious. It reminds me of pumpkin pudding. Like that's what it tastes like. I can't give you an estimate how much I added. I was afraid that as I started mixing it, it's gonna go flat when you add too much. So I just poured a little bit, mixed it around, did a little bit more until it was like just a little bit softer because you don't want it like flimsy. Obviously it's not gonna be as thick as this one. So great tip, add your coffee creamer to your whipped cream. I can't wait to have coffee. I don't even want any more today. I'm all coffeeed out for the day. I just had like 2 cups this morning. I'm good. So I'm gonna have to wait till tomorrow. I will let you know on Monday how delicious coffee is with it in there. So now I'm gonna put in my bowl the strawberry yogurt and whipped cream. just place these in the freezer and you've got some great, and then when you're done, you can put them in like little plastic bags, which I'll do after they're frozen. All right, up next, I'm gonna make some smoothie packs together. This is gonna be for me, for Jaden. We like to drink the smoothies with all the veggies and fruit in it. Veggies, yeah, because we're gonna put spinach in it and fruit in it. The kids just might like it more with yogurt. So I'm gonna just put these together in bags, put the scoop of protein powder in there along with veggies, and then all I gotta do is throw it into the blender with some, I have a lot of coconut milk and Jaden uses almond milk. So really easy to put together. My bananas have been waiting to go in the freezer, so I'm just gonna cut those up so I can put those in. All right, so I had to pull some bananas out of my freezer, so I just kind of brought, they were partially thawed, so they're all chopped up already, so I'm just gonna put them in bags. All right, I got instant smoothie packs. These are really full. I actually added some, I had like superfoods, a veggie that I had like a little bit with, and I just keep forgetting to put in my drink, so I just poured it in there. So it'll be great. We'll have a nice, lots of veggies, lots of fruit smoothie in the morning. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 10 packs of these, so that'll go for a few days that I have it. This is gonna go back in the freezer for next week when we have lunches, which will be good. And I think I'm almost done. All right, the last thing on my list was gonna be, I actually had 2 more, with oatmeal cups and pancake mini muffins, but I decided not to do those because we have a lot of food. I was looking, it's like, we have, if we go, what I did was, let me bring you along. What I did is I wrote my menu here. I wrote my menu for the month. So what I did is I put down the breakfast. So this means that one day a week we can have bagel, egg, egg, bacon. One of the days we can have McMuffins. And then chocolate chip oatmeal cups, because we have some of those in the French toast. Burritos, and then also the yogurt cups. That'll be 6 days, and then there's always extra because I do have like just regular plain bagels with cream cheese. So there's plenty of breakfast. I don't want to make any more because there's just that much. So I've got, in here I've got my smoothie packs, my sandwiches down here, up there shoved. We still got lots of stuff shoved in here, which is good. I'll have to wait till those freeze. On the bottom I put our breakfast burritos, no, breakfast bagels and egg McMuffin here. And then in here, these are gonna freeze. They're still probably not even frozen. They're not even frozen yet. Nope. These will have to freeze. They're not frozen at all yet. So we'll basically be putting everything in here to go with our freezer meals, which will work out awesome. But I've got, look at, I've got breakfast cookies still, sausage balls. Remember we made those before Lauren's wedding? There is oatmeal cups right there. There's chocolate chip, oh no, those aren't chocolate chip oatmeal cups. These are chocolate chip oatmeal cups. Those are meatballs. So I've got 2 huge bags of those. So basically you're gonna have to look back and see how I made these, but super easy. So we've got enough for meals. No sense making a bunch of foods if it's just gonna go to waste and not get eaten because there's just so much in there. So right now it's nice. I'm just kind of looking outside. It's like a fall day. Look at that fallness. All right, fall's coming upon us. Yes, it is. It's not stopping. So what I'm gonna do is there's a few fragments together. So those of you that want to watch just the breakfast meals, then you can just click off now. But for the rest, I'm going to gather up my fragments. I have mushrooms in my refrigerator that Greg didn't. I got some for salad, so he didn't need it this week. So I'm just going to coarsely chop those, put those in the freezer, label up mushrooms for another freezer meal day where I can puree it. Same thing with this, or just kind of chop it loosely because it's getting bad instead of throwing it away. Put it in the freezer for another meal when we do it. And then I'm making patty melts. That was on my list for dinner this week, and we did not eat it. So today's Friday. So I'm going to make patty melts, and then this weekend we have shredded beef fajitas, which is a freezer meal. Pull it out of the freezer, put it on tortillas, really easy. And I'll have to look at Sundays. So it should be, I'm trying to think what Sundays is. Let me look. Sunday's meal was fried rice, which is easy enough. Pull it out, cook some rice if we have it. We still have sausage, red beans, and rice in there too. So cooking the patty melts right here. in the stove because it's easy. So I'm gonna chop up the veggies and then freeze those. All right, so things that make your life easier for freezer meals is have plastic bags ready, have a permanent marker ready to mark on your bags. I love the wax paper sheets. I get those from Sam Club, huge. There's 2 come in a packet. They last me for months on end. We use them all the time, even for wrapping sandwiches up or just grabbing food and going. So, and then right here I put a little trash bag right next to where I'm working on here. This works much better because the traditional bag gets stuck in the garbage can. Then you have to pull it out, empty it, everything else. Just stick it right there. Keep an ongoing supply of dishes to get washed and put away. My sink is pretty empty. The only thing in there is yogurt that I have to kind of clean out really good. And my pan that I cook eggs where it's stuck to the sides because it did not crease it very well. That's okay. So keep washing, keep wiping, keeping it cleaned up. So, and always finish when you're done and either use one of your meals or make something right away because later on you're not gonna feel like making anything. So that's why I'm cooking my patty burgers right now. I'm gonna put them, cover them. We'll have them for dinner tonight with buns. I'm gonna do also pumpernickel rye bread. I think a real patty melt would have toasted bread, buttered toasted bread, and some fried onions and some either Swiss or provolone. We're gonna have provolone because the Swiss I realized was yucky. So we're gonna have that. Kids will have it with just burgers and buns tonight. And then we've got curly fries. We'll put those in the air fryer. That'll be dinner tonight. The rest of the stuff I don't even need to get out. So it's gonna be good. I'll probably pull out, I've got ravioli lasagna for Monday. Since it is Friday, maybe tomorrow I'll pull that out and put that in the refrigerator just so it's ready and not like frozen solid for Monday. So, all right, let's chop up the celery and the mushrooms. I could even do the mushrooms in the patty melts. Actually, I might do that. I might fry up some onions and mushrooms for the burgers. Let's do that. Let me do that because that would be a little bit more tasty, I think, than freeze them. I'm gonna do that. And then the celery, I'll just chop up and freeze.
Did you ever stop and think, why spend too much time just getting ready? Let me be honest, I don't know a single thing that I haven't done to make you notice me. Let me be real here. When I see you, my heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing and waiting around. It's a shame that my hands start shaking all of the time when you're around me. But this time, girl, I know what's bothering me. I need somebody to love. Oh, na 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 na. Don't you see what's wrong with me? I need somebody to love.
So back here I've got my, throwing that on the ground because we're putting the dirty laundry. My burgers are done for tonight. And there is onions and I'm doing the mushrooms. So now I'm pretty much done in my kitchen. The last, look at this is gonna be, the kids are gonna come and do the cleanup of everything. I'm gonna go sit and work in the studio today and they're gonna go start all the chores for me, which is awesome. But the house smells like, you know, meat and bacon and stuff. So I'm gonna make it smell a little more like fall. So what I did is I'm gathering fragments. My oranges, I was looking at my refrigerator, the oranges are getting bad where they're kind of soft. So I have one that's even yucky. I'm gonna chop these up and make a homemade potpourri. I have a bunch of dried apples. Remember I dehydrated these last year? Perfect, put them in bags. They've lasted a whole year. We just have a lot left, like a lot. I was like, oh, way less this year. So I'm gonna put a few of these in some water. Like they're still good. Perfect, they're really good. Oh yeah, I forget how good they are. Ruby, how delicious they are. So I'm gonna put that in some water with some cinnamon sticks and some cloves and let it boil in here to make it more smell like fall instead of like meat. So good, easy way to make your house smell good.
When I see you, my heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing and waiting around. It's a shame that my hands start shaking all of the time.
If you had some rosemary, that'd be really good to add here, but I don't. So we're just gonna have water. Either a burger with provolone or I'm gonna use rye pumpernickel bread. Let me wipe this off before I put this stuff in there because it's pretty dirty. All right, wiped everything down, all clean. We're gonna get the floors going. This is in here and it's just gonna boil. It's not on simmer yet. It'll start smelling super great in here. Just have a nice little smell for today. All right, look at this day. The sun is out. Hear those little crickets? All right, so this moment is done. I'm done with all my food, which is great. It's lunchtime right now. So I'm gonna be free. So we're gonna clean up, I'm gonna work on this video and be done for the day. So I thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you got some ideas for some freezer meal breakfast things. Would have made more, but that's plenty of food for our family. Hopefully it just gives you some ideas. Now next week is going to be lunches. Yes, we're gonna put some lunches in there. So then we'll have dinners, breakfast, and lunches. I'm loving having all the dinners because it's making my life so much easier. So breakfast is gonna be just the same way. I'm not gonna have to worry about making anything. So watch next week, we're gonna do lunches. So, all right, I'm gonna go finish, get my work done for the day so I can go outside, enjoy the park with my kids, some fresh air and sunshine, and then I'm gonna see you again tomorrow for Abundantly Blessed. And then I'll be back again on Monday for another day in the life. All right, we'll see ya. Bye.